No mayor more fired up than the mayor of Los Angeles, Mayor Villaraigosa, because the Lakers are up 2-0. So
That's true.
He's been harassing us in the back room. It's tough. Times are tough, but at least we're up 2-0 in LA. So congratulations so far. It's not over yet.
3-0. So
today was a significant day. We got a chance to spend some time with the governor, and I wish I could say I walked out more optimistic than when I walked in. It is very clear that our budgets at the city level are going to be decimated. We're talking about Prop 1A, which does have a repayment plan. We're talking about the gas tax, and we're talking about Prop 42, which has a repayment plan. The gas tax does not. We are doing everything that we can to say, look, we don't want you to balance anything when it involves the city in general throughout the state of California. But if you do need to do it, then choose something that has a repayment plan. Now, you know, we were very clear in there with the governor, who, again, was not necessarily supportive of some of these issues. He feels that he is at the bottom of the barrel now, that they've scraped as far as they could possibly scrape. And he is saying that these are the proposals that are being looked at, and there's nowhere else to go. Well, what concerns us is, even with the repayment plan, the state does not have a great history of repaying dollars that it borrows. And then right now, it has the worst credit rating of all the states in the union. That is not good for us cities. So we are very concerned, and we want to do our part. Our spirit going in there today, talking to the governor, was conciliatory and trying to say, look, how can we be partners? What can we do to help? How can we help solve this particular problem? And again, I wish I could say the news was better when we walked out. It was not. I feel that we as cities are going to take a hit above and beyond what we've all tried to do. There is no repayment. We will not recoup those dollars. And if we're talking about $10 million to our city or thereabout, you're talking about 100 sworn officers. That impacts public safety. We in Sacramento are already down when it comes to the number of officers that we should have on the street. The minimum recommended number is two per capita. We're not there. We're at 1.5, 1.6. This right here will impact us even more. And the last thing I want to say is, as this state looks at how it's going to balance its budget, and we're talking about cutting major services and programs statewide, that is not a pretty sight for any of us. But as the capital city in Sacramento, we get a double whammy, because when we talk about layoffs in the state capital, that impacts us as a city, because we have a huge amount of state workers who will no longer be working. That impacts our local economy. It's like a wrecking ball going through our local economy. Number two, if you're talking about furloughs, and you're having state workers in the capital city who don't come downtown because they're being furloughed 2 days a month, that means they're not shopping at our retail places or shops, they're not dining at our restaurants. That is very significant for the city of Sacramento. There's a double whammy when we're talking about some of these issues. And then lastly, and most importantly, perhaps in some respects, that the state occupies prime real estate in our city, and they don't pay property taxes. So on top of that, we're not getting any property taxes. So I, for one, am very excited about the state exploring possibility of selling some of its assets, buildings that they hold, to be leased so that whoever buys those buildings would pay property taxes. And that would be very significant.